morning, pupils. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I am Mrs. Ajayi, your host for today's topic in grammar. Today's topic will be on determiners. What are determiners, or what is a determiner? A determiner is a word that introduces a noun. It always comes before a noun, not after, and it also comes before any other adjectives used to describe the noun. Determiners are required before a singular noun, but are optional when it comes to introducing plural nouns. For example, let's consider the examples we're having below here, because I know you'll be confused at what are these determiners. Okay, let's see just one of the determiner here. Number one, the bunny went home. When you check this particular sentence, you get to ask yourself what's the noun, and you know that the noun is bunny. Then the word that introduced the word bunny is D, and D is our determiner. Remember, I said the determiner is the word that introduces the noun or any word that describes a noun. Now let's check another a sentence that is having a word that is introducing or describing a noun. Number two, I ate the chocolate cookie for dessert. Here the word chocolate is describing the noun cookie, and the word coming before the word coming before chocolate is D. Your D is your determiner. Number three, metal cans are recyclable. Here we don't have any determiner here. Number four, the metal cans are recyclable. Here we're having a word describing the noun can, and what is describing the noun? It's metal, and the word coming before the word coming before the word metal is D, and that's your word D is the determiner. So there are four different types of determiners in English. Here we're going to see the various determiners for every word in the determiner that you get to know. One, we have articles, demonstratives, quantifiers, and possessive determiners. Let's take them one after the other. Articles. Articles are among the most common of the determiners. There are three singular articles, a, an, and d. They are very common. Articles specify or determine which noun the speaker is referring to. A and an are indefinite articles. They are used when you're talking about a general version of the noun. That's when you're talking about a noun generally. Let's take, for example, a dog is a good pet. Here we're saying a dog is a good pet. So it can be any dog. It can be the dog in my house. It can be the dog in your house. It can be the dog in anybody's house. Here we are just saying we're just mentioning a dog. We made it a general version. Number two, an ostrich would beat a chicken in a race. So I need you to know something about these two articles, these two determinants, a and an. You use a for a word that is having a consonant sound, like the word here, a dog. The dog is having a consonant sound D. And you use an for any word that has a vowel sound, just as you have in an ostrich. Ostrich is beginning with a vowel sound O. Okay, let's proceed. On the other hand, D, that's THE, is a definite article, meaning the speaker is referring to a specific noun. Unlike your A and an that is generalizing everything, that is making everything to be a general version, here the speaker is telling you that he or she is talking about a particular or a specific noun. Let's take, for example, we went to the best restaurant in a town. We went to the best restaurant in town. So instead of you saying we went to a restaurant, when you say a restaurant, it can be any restaurant in the whole of Magboro town. But here we say we went to the best restaurant in town. Then you know that here we're talking about a particular restaurant. So you'll be the one to say, okay, which of the restaurant is the best in Magboro? So here we're talking about a specific noun. So the determinant here is D. The dog is barking too loudly. Here we're talking about a particular dog using the word D. So let's listen to other determinants. Demonstrative determinants. The demonstrative pronouns are also used as determinants in English language. Normally, you know that the usual one you've been seeing in the determinants, we've been seeing a and you get to see the word D. But here we also have some other words such as the demonstrative pronoun used as a determinant too. So we have 4 of them: this, that, these, and those. So note this: this is a singular word used to express something that is very close to you. You use it for anything close to you. And you use these, these, for something that is very far from you. And this is used for plural words very far from you. Example: this cat is closer to you, and these cats, that's these, these cats, something. So okay, sorry, for this is for something that's close to you, these, something close to you that is in plural form. Sorry for that. Then that, that, something far from you, that is in singular form. That boy. Then those, those, something far from you and is more than one. Those boys. Demonstrative are used in situations in which a speaker can point to the item they mean, making them even more specific than a definite article. Remember, a definite article is the word D. Okay, let's see an example. Do you want this piece of chicken? That's something close to you. Number 2, I don't want to go to that movie. Far from you. Number 3, these black raspberries are sour. Those ones are close to you. They're close to you. Number 4, he wanted those boys to go away. Something far from you. Now let's look at other ones. Quantifiers. Quantifiers are determinants that indicate how much or how little of the noun is being discussed. They indicate how much or how little of the noun is being discussed. They include words such as all, few, a little, some, any, much, and many. So I need you to take note of something. I want to explain this quantifiers to you. For some and any, you use some and any for uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. Some and any are used for uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. For any is used in questions and negative sentences. Any is used in questions and negative sentences. Now, for the other one here, we're having many and much. You use many for plural countable nouns. There's any countable nouns that is in plural, and you use much for uncountable nouns. Take note of that. Now, for a few and few, you use a few and you use few with plural countable nouns. That's countable nouns in plurals. Then a little, take note of that. A little is used for uncountable nouns. So I need you to be very careful when you're using any of this word. Let's take, for example, now number 1 example of quantifiers. He took all the books. That's for countable nouns. 2, she liked all desserts equally. 3, few children like lima beans, so the cafeteria stopped serving them. 4, many kittens are taught to hunt by their mothers. So you can think of any other example again, but take note of what I told you. Take note of everything, how I explained this these examples of quantifiers to you and on how to use them. All right, let's move ahead. Possessives. When referring to a noun that belongs to someone or something, you can use possessive pronoun to show ownership. Possessive pronoun include my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. Now let's see them in these examples. Number one, the dog growled and shows its teeth. Here, our possessive pronoun here is now in form of a determiner coming before the noun teeth. The dog growled and showed its teeth. The noun here is dog, and the determiner before the dog is d. And another noun here is teeth, and the determiner before the word teeth is it. Number two, my best friend is a cat. My best friend is a cat. That's the person's best pet. Here, our noun here is best friend, but the determiner coming before it is my. Number three, which one is his house? The determiner before the noun house is his. Number four, honesty is a best quality. Our noun here is best quality. Best is describing the noun quality. So our determiner here is her. Number five, the tree sheds its leaves. Our determiner here is D, before the one coming before tree, and its, the one coming before leaf. So our determiner here, which is in form of possessive pronoun, is it. Number six, it is our secret recipe. Our determiner here in form of a possessive pronoun is are. So I need you to take note of these determiners, the four determiners: the article, the quantifier, the possessive, and demonstrative. So please take note of these determiners and how you can use them. So go through those work very well. You can play the video all over and over again, and you'll move ahead to do the classwork. You click on the link classwork on Google Classroom, and make sure you read the instructions very well. Please read the instructions very well. There are some options there in which you're going to use to fill the gap. It's a short answer, so be very careful on what you use and you choose your correct answer. Make sure you fill your name and also you fill your class. Stay at home and stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Have a nice day.